I find myself frustrated by how we treat addiction in this country. I've been around addiction treatment since 1989, and I am passionate about the possibility of getting well. And I think we should, and indeed could, be more proactive around early intervention as well as treatment. And I'd like to be bold enough, very un-English, I know, but I'd like to be bold enough to assert myself as an expert. My aim is simple. My aim is to ensure that addiction is not marginalised to the kind of extreme ends of the, to the confines, actually, of the extreme cases. I understand addiction as a relational condition. It's a human condition. For me, it operates on a continuum. There are some people who will never suffer from addiction because they simply have too much collateral, too much life collateral on board to become addicts, if you like. And then you have some people who are the casualties of addiction, the people who where a huge amount of funding and a huge amount of focus does go, and rightly so, where people die from this condition and people live in hell from this condition. And crucially, children grow up in those environments and then carry forth the addictive pattern. I'm interested in the middle ground. I'm interested in early intervention. I'm interested in looking at addiction, not necessarily when it's associated with the drug or the drink. I'm interested in the family with a functional alcoholic at the helm. And I mean, what is that? You ask a child whose father is a functional alcoholic, and I meet many of them. And they often say with rage and contempt that if their parents give them another wad of cash instead of giving me attention or love, I'll get it! And they do, and that's how they end up in front of me. It is the overly caretaking mother who says about their child, they have so much potential, but I just can't reach them anymore. It's when I dare to say that I think I can spot characteristics of addiction in a child as young as 7. And I think we need to wake up to that. We need to apply resources to addressing these cases, giving space for these young voices to be heard, held and supported as prevention, to break the priming and not go down the road fed by resentment and fear, so familiar to us all. Because it's possible not only to get clean, but also to have a happy and fulfilling life. Recovery is available, it's teachable, I know it, we're proving it, so are you. And I won't go on right now about the quick fix climate for our children that they're growing up in. I have 3 small children, I'm keenly aware of that. But what I will say is that over the years, I have had the very regular privilege to speak at hundreds of UK independent schools on addiction and emotional coping, and to parents and teachers on parenting for prevention, which is a particular model that I am trying to find the time to actually put down on paper. What I know is that it helps because they tell me in numerous emails and calls that I get after any talk that I give, it helps. So as well as improved access to treatment, I'm saying that people, ordinary families, are interested in early intervention. They're interested in prevention. So let's give it to them. Let's treat addiction where the real action is, right here in the middle. Let's bust the myth. It's not about the critical cases. It's about fence building at the top of the cliff. It's about prevention. It's about breaking the stigma and recognizing addiction in the ordinary behaviors that you and I probably act out every day, and learning how not to step over that line where if you do something to cope with your feelings and trouble follows, then you are in trouble and you need to pay attention to it. Don't wait till it gets critical. That's where my heart lies.